Hello, wonderful guys. Welcome back to a brand new episode of your lovely podcast. And we are having a makeover because this podcast used to be called Discuss Football with Kenny. But after we had deliberated with the panel, with the guys, we felt, okay, we need to change the name of the podcast. So we are going from Discuss Football with Kenny, we are going to Football or Nothing. Because on this podcast, it's only football or nothing else. Is there any other thing we discuss on this?
Nothing at all.
It's all about football. And it has been a very exciting week of football. We have a lot of things to talk about. A lot of drama happened at St. James's Park between Tottenham and Newcastle. That was a complete annihilation. And the title race took another turn. It's now in the hands of Manchester City. Prior to the weekend, it was in the hands of Liverpool, Arsenal. But right now, I think Pep Guardiola will be licking his lip right now that this is my turn to do history. And we have a lot of things that is happening in the city of love, which is Paris Saint-Germain. Kylian Mbappe's saga. We need to dissect it, guys. So I won't be discussing all of this alone. My name is Kenny. I remain your humble boy. And with me in the studio today, I've got A-Trip here. The Barcelona guy, the man with Lewandowski.
Lewa Jackson, I'll call him.
And I've got your favorite controversial Prosper Westman in the building as well. So, guys, I want us to start with the drama at St. James's Park. Tottenham, Newcastle. That was a complete annihilation.
That there was a violation. It was a case of, you guys have forgotten who I am. This is who I am from Newcastle. That was the kind of statement. Because this season, Newcastle have had a rocky season due to injury and all of that. But what they did to Tottenham, no one saw it coming. Mate, top 4 isn't looking good right now. And for Tottenham, I just feel like they might not even get that top 4 because no discredit to what Henry has done so far, but he needs to improve in his defensive structure and improve his team. He needs to learn how to coach a defensive structure properly. And then the Bissouma hype is gone. So I never saw that coming. If you had told me my wildest dream that I would be dismantled by Newcastle in that manner, but it's football. At the end of the day, you can never predict it.
So let me ask A-Trip. Although Isaac is not always getting the eye, do you think Alexander Isak is one of those underrated striker in the English Premier League?
No matter what you do in life, there's always a price to pay. I think Mate is actually paying the price for what he's trying to do. Isak as a striker, we all know Isak from the Real Sociedad days. We know Isak to be a very clinical striker. He's a very good striker, little eye, but he works a lot. He's an hard worker. But so I believe what everybody is saying right now is not something new. It's what we are used to. We've known Isak from way back. But being in the Premier League is just like a big platform for him to prove himself that he can compete up there with the top strikers in the world. He's one of the top strikers right now. To me, to my perspective, because that performance the other day is a world-class performance. Because when you see the way he plays, he has some qualities. And some other strikers.
Another person in that Newcastle team that doesn't really get praise is Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon.
I was about to say
the orchestrator of everything that has been going on in the team through thick and thin.
I think he has been one of the consistent starters in the team.
Yes, even with injuries. He has been playing with injuries over and over this season. Yeah. There have been cases he has to force himself to play with injury and still give that 7/10 performance and stand there. The Kopamas, the Bukayo Saka might be getting the hype, but I feel that's one of the best players in the league this season.
But to my own perspective, I think what is really helping them right now is maybe because they are out of European competitions. I think right now they are actually focusing on the Premier League. Right now we have to climb the table. We have to be here at the end of the season. There's nothing that is pressurizing the players because likes of Isak, Anthony Gordon, I think they have this kind of Longstaff, all these kind of players.
They have players. Many of their players are just coming back from
experienced players. So doing that to Tottenham Hotspur is none of it. It doesn't come as a surprise to me. Because I actually expected that to happen.
And funny enough, under another manager last season, Antonio Conte, they went there and they got destroyed 6-1, I guess.
Wow. Yes.
Under Conte. So this is the second time they are going to St. James's Park back to back and they are getting eliminated.
Yeah.
So I think it's becoming a thing of
tradition. It's not a cross brand.
If you're a Tottenham fan watching this, I think you guys, St. James's Park is not a terror ground for you guys. So another drama happened with Manchester United. we have always been talking about them, and it was a case of another draw against Bournemouth. I watched the game. Bournemouth dominated the game from start to finish. Okay. It was just a case of probably a Bruno Fernandes individual brilliance that actually gave Manchester United the points. There's a problem at United.
I always say one thing, and I will continue saying it. Out of the Manchester United team players, the only player that is very passionate about the team is Bruno Fernandes. When Bruno Fernandes is actually out of the team, I can assure you something. Manchester United is nowhere to be found. Because, sometimes you have to have passion for the game. You have to have passion for the team you are playing for. You understand what I'm saying? So, sometimes the way Bruno Fernandes plays, he plays like, he's the only one on the pitch. I want this to happen. I want that to happen. You can't compare the way Bruno Fernandes plays to the way Rashford plays. So, even there's no cordiality in the team. A lot of things is wrong with Manchester United. I can assure you, if I start talking about Manchester United from today till tomorrow, I won't stop talking.
There's nothing you want to say about United that you haven't said before. So that's why I don't even have anything to say about the topic, because there's nothing I want to say about United that I haven't said before. They were lucky. They were very lucky that they never considered 6 goals in that first half against Bournemouth. Against the Bournemouth side. And you just see the way Solanke is saying just...
I think they need more of a player like Bruno Fernandes, more of a player like Kobe Mino. Why I say Kobe Mino is that Kobe Mino is a youngster. He actually just broke into the team. We all know that. But they need youngsters that are hungry, that are willing to shine. Sometimes when you have the youngsters that are hungry, Kobe Mino is a hungry player. Not hungry financially, but hungry for success. That is really willing to shine.
And so far, the funny thing at Man United so far is the youth player, the young sets of players have been the most passionate ones. The likes of Diego Dalot, Alejandro Garnacho, and Kobe Mino. They've been the ones you know what? I need to step up.
Yes.
And you just see MB, the big boy strolling around like a Rolls Royce on the pitch.
And the big man Casemiro.
Yeah, no, that's an Indian man. Man United got an Indian man from that is look alike.
I think it's a case of Man United need to move ahead of the Casemiro time. We need to embrace the fact that Casemiro is done.
Yes,
he's finished. Yeah, I think it's something that we just need to embrace. Probably he should have gone to Saudi Arabia in the summer.
Casemiro is finito because he just lives off that. He plays a bad game and then Scoreman from spectacular.
Manchester United actually they've seen the lights. You understand, but they are just shying away from the lights. The reason why I said they are just shying away from the lights is because when you see the way Kobe Mino plays. When you introduce some little, I think there was a youngster that was even introduced, Kambala. When you see the way those guys play, you see they have youngsters that are in the academy that they want to play for Manchester United. They are ready to shine. So if they can give those youngsters a chance just to prove themselves, the team might be better. So if at all they can do that, I'm very certain in few years, in few seasons, 2 seasons, the seasons to come, things will really change for Manchester United. But I'm very sure they won't do that. Because they believe they are a big team, they have to sign one of the best players, they need the big names. And it doesn't work like that sometimes.
I just hope we see what Ineos does with them.
So guys, let's move to the drama of the English Premier League. Anfield crumbled. It was a case of, after losing to Atalanta, there needed to be a response. But the response ended up in a defeat.
Yes.
It was a shocking one. Everybody was stunned. And contrary to that Atalanta game where Liverpool failed to create a lot of chances, Liverpool created so many chances against Crystal Palace and they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net.
That is the best defensive performance I've seen from a team all season. Crystal Palace were putting everything on the line.
Everything on
the line to make sure things don't go their way. And so far, the Liverpool team has come from Salah digressing this season.
Yeah.
And if you can remember, I made a statement, 4 players that have been very integral to Liverpool's success this season. Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alisson and Virgil van Dijk. And Arnold has been an injury, Alisson has gone out, and Keller has not been up to the standard I know Keller to be.
Yeah.
And now, since Ramadan, Salah went to Ramadan and never came back. Mm-hmm. So what we have there, I don't know. It's just a Gakpo with full hair. What we just have there is Cody Gakpo with full hair, and Liverpool has not been this.
And I think, but I don't think we should expect more from Keller. He's trying his best. He's not a ball playing goalkeeper, so I don't think we should expect.
There was a certain level Keller was at.
Keller was at some. I think there was 2 seasons back when Liverpool checked for the quadruple.
Yes, but most of the goals in recent time is not Keller's fault.
Yeah, it's not Keller's fault. I'm not faulting it on Keller, but there are situations where Alisson would have done better.
Yeah, I'll pick an example. There was a match between Atalanta. Atalanta were going man for man. Yeah. So one of those key things, if a team is going man for man against you, you use your goalkeeper
to go long.
Yes. Now, during the Atalanta game, Keller attempted 25 long balls. Only 12 were successful. That means you are about 40-something% of the long balls you attempted were successful. If it was to be Alisson Becker in goal, if Alisson should attempt 25 long balls, I'm telling you 20, 21 will be successful. And those are the ways you can actually break.
And you can't even compare their tactical intelligence.
But sometimes when the team mentality is down generally, because from my own perspective, I won't put the blame on the goalkeeper.
No, I'm not putting the blame.
We can't expect more from Keller. You understand? But actually, Liverpool entirely, the mentality is down. I think right now, Liverpool players, they have this at the back of their mind that, the season is over, we can't achieve anything again. You understand?
I want to ask, what happened to mentality monsters? What happened to mentality monsters? The monster is dead.
Mentality can be great at any time.
No, the monster is dead. I'm throwing it at
and there is this thing I would say, I know it will be a little bit controversial, people will come from my head. I've always been a big fan of Darwin Núñez. Everybody who knows me that. I've always been a big fan. Now, the problem now that I have with Núñez is, I don't think you can win league title with a striker like Darwin Núñez. You cannot keep forgiving him for his mistakes. Anfield crowd are always behind Núñez. But you can't win championship with a striker who is missing 20, 25 goals a season.
I don't think Darwin Núñez should keep playing as a permanent 9 or a striker. To my own perspective, Darwin Núñez will fit more being a first 9 or playing from the wing. When he was in Benfica, I've watched him a lot of time coming from the wing. He's always good from the wing. But you having Darwin Núñez at the center of the goal scoring point,
as that focal point in your team,
what I call it a sabotager. It sabotages people's effort.
Yes.
That is what Darwin Núñez does.
Yes.
And for me, a part of me believe is one of those players in Michaelo Modric are those players I believe they are just rough diamonds.
They are rough.
That need to be well.
Yes, they need time to refine.
A bit of patience and a time to be refined. And if you go wrong with those players, you go wrong with their career forever. And I've seen such instances. So for me, for Darwin Núñez, like Kenny preached to me, I'm preaching to you guys. Luis Suarez first season at Liverpool was not all that.
Yes.
They gave Luis Suarez time, and now this is Uruguayan man, Luis Suarez brother. So let's see. You would win the championship with him eventually. With time.
I won't shy away from the fact that Jurgen Klopp is a very good manager, but we should always have this at the back of our mind. You might be good, and you might not be good for me. You understand? Maybe Liverpool new manager is going to be the best manager that fits Darwin Núñez. Jurgen Klopp is good. Don't dispute me, of course. But you might be good and not be good for me.
Exactly.
I get your point.
Yeah,
maybe when a new manager comes in.
I watch Sporting CP a lot. And Liverpool is linked with Ruben Amorim.
Yes.
Now, one key component of Amorim's striker is being able to run the channel.
Yes.
The channel, for those watching who doesn't know, the striker being come here in play, to be involved in play from the flanks and all of that. And that is one of Darwin Núñez's biggest strengths.
Yeah, biggest strengths.
I don't know if you get. I feel like
he's a good channel runner.
I always tell people whenever Arsenal plays Liverpool, I always tell them one of my problems is Darwin Núñez.
Yes.
Is that nuisance that just can't allow your defenders to be asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get. You can have an Erling Haaland facing your defender, and your defender might go on holiday, but you can't try that with Darwin Núñez. It's a nuisance. So I feel like you said, it might be good. You might be good. You might not be good for me. Doesn't make me a bad coach.
Yes.
So let's wait. Maybe if a good coach comes in, we can see a brighter light of Darwin Núñez. But I can tell you, not every coach has that patience to be patient with a striker like Darwin.
But I won't lie to you. For every coach, for every good manager, there's the potential. The potential is inside Darwin Núñez. You just have to bring it out. So giving Darwin Núñez a little bit of patience won't cost you anything.
I want to ask do you think Darwin Núñez will be at Pep's Man City and be a starter?
It wouldn't be.
Pep doesn't have that patience.
It wouldn't be. And I think sometimes being over loyal to your players is one of Klopp's biggest weakness.
Yes.
He's so very, very loyal to his players. I think right now Liverpool has that slim chance of finishing the league with that just Carabao Cup. Just Carabao Cup. I don't from quadruple to just one cup. I'm a Liverpool fan, but this is coming from a place of reality.